Howdy folks, welcome back to the Nevada desert. We've just wrapped up a couple of amazing days shooting in the desert for my education website. We were shooting throughout that using these smoke grenades. Now, no sponsorship with them, but they worked out really great. Unfortunately, that course shows a little bit too much skin to be showing on YouTube, but we had 4 of them left, so we thought we would shoot again, more clothes, and go through and show you the 8 or 9 tips that I would recommend that you follow for safety and to get the best results.
My face is too small for this. I have to keep adjusting it.
Maybe we can
Let
do
the sweat hold on to it.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna have like 8 or 9 tips, so why don't you do the first one, which is about their fireworks.
Okay, just pull it! There's nails here!
Oh God.
So tip 1, these are fireworks and there are sparks, so please be careful where you use them. That's why we're at a dry lake bed, so there's no grass that's going to set on fire. Tip 1.
We're not gonna pull it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Let's follow some of the tips that we're giving people.
Okay.
Tip 2, they, as well as sparks, there's going to be smoke, and on most of them, it comes out of the end where you pull the tab. It kind of goes without saying you don't want to point that at yourself, but when you're doing this kind of thing and then moving your arm, it's kind of easy that you might point it down at yourself. You don't want to do that. And if you're posing with another model, pointing away from you might mean pointing at them. You definitely don't want to do that as well. The plume can go several feet. When you pull the tab, you want to pull it in the direction that it's coming out of the tube, not straight up, not on a funny angle, just one smooth pull and that will ignite.
All right, guys, so next tip, they advise to use hand and eye protection, but I haven't seen really many people use that, so just use at your own discretion.
The next thing is they do get warm. They don't get like crazy hot. As I said, we were using them in the desert and no one was like, ow, this is burning my hand. But the center of the tube is what gets hottest. So the best is if you can hold it at the bottom of the tube. And they also say it actually keeps getting hotter and hotter for about 5 minutes after you finish using it. So once all the smoke is out, put it down somewhere where, again, it's not near any dry grass or anything like that, and let it cool down before you dispose of it. The post-apocalyptic desert shoot includes far more than we can show you here. We worked with 6 different models across 5 different shoot locations. Here in the dry lake, Steph learned acrobatic yoga with model Joseph. We also had a group of 4 models shooting in the suburbs of Vegas, and shot with small groups at abandoned factories, a crashed plane, and at a ghost town, all out in the Nevada desert. The course includes over 6 hours of multi-camera 4K video, raw image files, editing presets, and more. See details in my link tree below.
Okay, so guys, the next tip is the wind. The wind will actually affect how it blows. So if there's wind around here, it might actually just blow it completely away, or it might actually blow right into your face or into your lens, and that's not good.
True. And still is when you're going to get all of those plumes. In even a light wind like we have now, it would light and then just, and you'll barely see it in the photo because the color will be spread out over 50 feet before you know it. So the stiller the better. Now, they come in a bunch of different sizes. This is medium, this is large. They're rated by how big the plume is and how long the plume will last. They also have a double one that has one pull, but then it's gonna spark from both ends. So I wouldn't use that with multiple models because it's gonna be really hard to not have it pointing at someone. They're also about $10 to $15 each, depending on which ones you're getting. So I would recommend that you set up the shot, get everything working, everything, then wait for the wind, and then at the last minute, you pull it. Have your camera set up in the right frames per second, all of that kind of thing. You are gonna get like 20 to 80 seconds max out of these guys. So you burn through the money quickly. So make sure everything is locked down before you start shooting. Lucky last in terms of your camera settings, it depends on the look you're going for. Of course, if you want it to be really soft and wispy, then go for that. But if you want to see the plumes of cloud, I would say be up above 1/1000th of a second, and you need a sufficient depth of field for them to be in focus. If I'm shooting Steph at f1.2, it's a beautiful portrait, but then the smoke here will be sharp. By here, it's already going to be soft and wispy. So you want a sufficient depth of field to get the smoke in focus and a sufficient shutter speed to capture it if you want it nice and sharp. If you want it to be all wispy, then sure, go to a slower shutter speed and you'll just have like a wall of color rather than that billowing effect. So use them carefully, folks. They can create really cool effects. If you want to find out more about our desert shoot, make sure you signed up to my mailing list because that one's going live really soon. Thank you, Steph.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.